Hey y'all, DT Neal here, talking about pop cultural things, storytelling, writing, writerly issues, genre issues, everything in between. As a Gen Xer, it's really weird to face middle age. I mean, everyone at some point faces middle age. But for the Xers, it's really weird because we grew up in the shadow of the baby boomers. The boomers absolutely ran the table, and they still kind of have a chokehold on our society. These boomers who won't retire, won't step aside, won't move out of the way. And we Xers are just kind of like, plenty of people have talked about it, so I'm not going to reiterate those points that have already been made. But as a Gen X creator, it's really funny for me because I'm a book lover. I love books. I have a big library I've accumulated over the decades. I think I have over 1,500 books on various shelves, and I love books. Books are treasure to me, and they always will be. I never would have imagined we would move kind of really beyond books, beyond reading, beyond literacy, beyond higher cognitive function. That people, thanks to the magic, which isn't really magic, but the technology of cell phones and the like, that we would move out of a reading culture into something else. Never would have imagined that. My young self eagerly reading books and devouring those things like that, and in isolation, because back when I was a kid, you were left to your own devices. I mean, the only thing you sure as hell had to do is get the hell out of the wherever you were living, because your parents would be on your ass if you weren't out the door at time. The world of being able to just lock yourself up in your room with your computer or whatever, that didn't exist yet. It didn't have laptops. It was all not like that. Computers were big and bulky, and there were no cell phones, and there was no internet like that for everybody. It just didn't exist. So you were left to do your own thing. And now we're in this world of hyperconnectivity, at least in the potential for it, and social media and all these things, and people are all ostensibly interacting, kind of, or hustling. I noticed, like, everyone's become a vaudevillian now, and do people even know what that even means? I know what it means, but do others? That's an old media reference, but that idea of these people who are like dancing, and they're doing these little comic, these little skits, and they're all pushing these things just for the momentary attention span, or the clicks or likes of people. Some people do these rage bait things, or these hot take moments that catch people, and the entire purpose is just to grab clicks. And as an Xer, it puts me into place in a way. It makes me want to become less connected to the internet, less plugged into the social media world in a way. I mean, I'll still do what I'm going to do. I still write books. I like books. I love books. I will always love books, and I will write books as long as I am able to do so. And I can do that in isolation, and it's fine for me. But again, as an Xer, it's weird to see how things have rolled along. And what's interesting from my perspective is the high degree of connectivity has been good in some respects, because it allows people who were previously in isolation to get in touch with each other. And that's nice on some level. But it also absolutely brings all these trolls out, and these people going after each other. These keyboard commandos busy clicking away, inflicting themselves on each other. And it's just strange. I mean, from an extra perspective, it's just strange. I haven't really articulated it, but I'm thinking about it a little bit. You know, our generation is that last, quote, free generation, in the sense that we had our own time and our own space to do what we did, what we wanted to do, out of sight of adults. You know, there weren't surveillance cameras everywhere. You know, there weren't those things. I mean, there were a lot of things that came along that were nice, but there were a lot of things that aren't so nice that have been brought on board and now become part of people's background and their tapestry. And it's really kind of strange. Forget that. Get rid of the kinda. It's really strange. See, I have that Gen X tendency. Perhaps. Kinda. You know, waffle words. No good.